My name is Rian and Feminism. Is it weird that I simultaneously didn't know what I wanted to film today and also knew exactly what I wanted to film today, just not how to film it? But of course, I always just end up ranting. So this is a rant on contemporary feminism. So I kind of have an issue with, people my generation and also the ones younger that have this very misconstrued, extremist version of feminism in their mind. Not all feminism has to be radical. You don't have to oppress men just because you want equal rights for women. I, Rian, am all for human rights, that is, the equal treatment of all peoples regardless of age, race, and sexuality? I don't know, I'm kind of just making up definitions on the fly. Living here in the United States, it's kind of very common in a lot of our media, like TV shows and music, that we find a lot of misogyny and sexism in lyrics, which I think is very funny, but at the same time it's not, because we've become a society that just accepts it for what it is, which at the same time it's gross, but it comes from both sides of the spectrum. Because men have oppressed women for so long, women now see it more of a cool thing to oppress men in order to get the respect they want, when in all reality, I kind of feel like everyone should just kind of be respecting themselves and everybody else. Like, why can't we just love each other? Damn. In David Guetta's Sexy Bitch, he says, "I'm trying to think of the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful," and then from there repeatedly calls her a sexy bitch. Now, in what context is that even remotely respectful? You're trying to find the words to describe this girl without being too rude about her. Granted, she may be a thought, but that doesn't mean she deserves the title sexy bitch. I'm sure sexy maiden doesn't sound as crunk as that one does, but at the same time, sexy maiden at least respects her more. At the same time, the term sexy kind of demeans her again. So that means we have to find a whole new context to use it. So now we gotta be like, damn, she's a really good maiden. We've just become a society that uses these terms so much that sometimes, to people like me especially, I don't really see a lot of connotation to words, which I guess a lot of the kids younger than millennials now see everybody wants to be gender fluid, everybody wants to be politically correct, but at the same time, sometimes the way we are now in America, we just have to accept the gross usage of sexy and bitch together to describe a really good looking girl. I think it's gross, but at the same time, it's just happened. We have to think about Meghan Trainor's Dear Future Husband, which granted, I love that song, but at the same time, she's making all these demands to him, saying that she'll be a loyal wife if he does all these things for her, but at the same time, marriage is kind of a two-way street. I don't know if y'all know this, but love is kind of like a two-person thing. It's not really a one person needs to do work to show the other one they cares. Like, that's not love. That's just some misguided, jumbled mess. I don't know what you want to call that. Lust? Is that what lust is? I should really Google things before I make videos. Going back to male misogyny, because that is way more prevalent in American society, we must now look at Omi Cheerleader. It's a song that basically says the ideal girlfriend is a woman who essentially remains in the background at all time, only emerging when her boyfriend wants something. Let's look at the first verse. "When I need motivation, my only solution is my queen. All these other girls are tempting. They say, 'Do you need me? Do you think I'm pretty? Do I make you feel like cheating?' I'm like, no, not really, cause, ooh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She's always right there when I need her. Not the converse, not when she needs me. No, it's a one-way street in this song." I think the funny thing is that, a lot of people will always say, oh, it's like our generation or the generation before us that caused this whole mess of misogyny and grotesque usage of women, but at the same time, also recently, our generation probably is responsible for the grotesque use of women using men in songs and media to prove empowerment. It kind of all stems from earlier generations. Look at the old musical, The Sound of Music. That literally is depicting not only the signs of the times when it was written decades ago, but also a sign of the times of the point it's set in. It's set in Nazi-era Germany. And there's a song, literally, where one of the characters is singing, and this is a woman singing to a boy, "I am 16, going on 17. I know that I'm naive. Fellows I meet may tell me I'm sweet, and willingly I believe, 'cause I'm a naive woman. Skipping to the end of her verse, she says, I need someone older and wiser telling me what to do. You are 17, going on 18. I'll depend on you. I'm sorry, but doesn't that kind of like make everyone mad? How are people okay with feeling like that? How are people okay with like being like, oh, I need someone older and more masculine to save me because I need a hero? Where are these concepts coming from? My issue basically is, why can't all these things apply to anybody? Why do we need to have heroes that are men? Why do we need to have people that save you that are men? For women, of course. I mean, I'm gay, so granted, that's my lifelong dream, but not really. Why do we have to live in a society that wants to oppress women so much? That wants women to oppress men to get their point across? Why can't we just have a society that listens to each other? I know I'm so idealistic and I want everybody to be happy and I'm so hippy dippy, but at the same time, I just really want people to be honest with themselves. I mean, there are so many men that think they deserve all the things they have, they deserve the pay they get, they deserve the jobs they have, but at the same time, it's proven fact. Women will always get less jobs than men, or when they get the same jobs as men, they will earn so much percentage less than men do on an average, and it's proven fact. So how? I just wish we could all get along like we used to in middle school. I wish that we could make a cake made out of rainbows and smiles. And we'd all eat it and be happy.
She doesn't even go here.
This is my message to men. Stop treating women like sexual pieces of meat that you can just ogle at because you feel like, damn, they're sexy. But that doesn't mean you can also treat them like crap. All these things you do on a regular basis, like demeaning women and showing them like property. Why? Don't. I mean, it's kind of gross. I mean, it's okay to post like Woman Crush Wednesday, but it's not okay to post a Woman Crush Wednesday when it's some random girl just showing her ass in underwear. Like, what is your Woman Crush Wednesday? A superficial fake thing that you'll probably never have? No, I don't think it is. I think you want something real. But at the same time, you're such a freaking masculine Meninist that you want like the hottest piece of meat out there without actually thinking, oh, do I actually like this girl? Do I actually like the internals of this girl? And I don't mean that in a gross way. I mean, do I actually like the girl for who she is? And women, let me just tell you, I am all for your equal rights and equal treatment. And I know this sounds gross because I'm a guy, so apparently I sound fucking rude. But at the same time, why gotta demean men? I mean, I'm an example of a man that's all for women's rights, but why demean all of us? Some of us are trying to help y'all. Some of us just really want equal treatment of everybody. So at the same time, can't we be more creative in ways of getting the equal treatment that you want? I mean, you're women, you're smarter than us. You have to be the examples of creativity here. You have to find new ways to prove that you deserve equal rights. Granted, you do deserve equal rights, but to men, not gay men, other men don't see you as important. So you need to find dumb ways that are very creative and very fabulous to prove to men that you deserve equal rights. That's the only way dumb men will get it through their heads. And that's coming from a dumb man. I mean, you have all the gays on board, so you just need to get the straights. I don't know what they're called. You have to get the leaniers. Come on, y'all, let's just go have a bake sale and like bake the crap out of something. Or let's go have like let's go to the batting cages and just hit a bunch of balls and protest. I don't know. I'm not a good protester. Granted, all my examples have been slightly sexist, but you see where the issue is? I don't want to have to think like that. I don't want to have kids that have to think like this. I don't want to have misogyny be a thing that's inherent in our culture. Do you? I don't. All the gays, we have to get on the board. We have to get on the boat, and like tell everyone to get with the times. I mean, we finally got the right to marry here in America, thank God, last summer. But now we need to work to get the women on board. You know, those women are the ones that helped us get equal marriage, so now we gotta help them get equal pay. Let's do this, homos. The moral of the story is that basically, one day, God willing, I wanna have kids, and I want them to live in a world where they can be whatever they want. I mean, I just want them to be happy, and I don't care if that means they're gay, they're lesbian, they're straight, linear, or anything. I don't care if that means they want to grow up and be a businessman and become a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, which is what I would encourage because money's great. even though I'm superficial like that. I just want them to be able to have equal opportunities, and I don't want them to have to be oppressed by the things that I know people are today. And I know I'm a man, but if I have a daughter, I don't want her to have to be oppressed by all the things that are happening right now. To my people that are watching here, we need to make strides to make this world a more equal place. Granted, I know the whole world will not be an equal place because I know there's different cultures and issues happening in other countries, but for this United States of America, we have so much of an example to set, and we just need to work so much harder to prove to everyone, like not just other countries, but all the people in this country that have oppressed the gays, the women, anybody for so much time. We need to prove to everyone that we care about these issues and we want the best for the future. I mean, don't you? I mean, I know I just got deep all of a sudden, but I want to say one day that I was partially responsible for helping women get equal pay, because that should not even be something we have to discuss. That should not even be, like, how is that? Oh, one day I want to say, and I want to look back on these things and be like, Jesus, that's stupid. Actually, right now, I'm living in the present and I think, Jesus, that's stupid. I want to be like that one day. And I implore you, hopefully we can get there, and hopefully by all of our combined efforts, we will get there. And one day we will see equal opportunities for all people. I know today we took a very ranty and almost dramatic turn of events, but at the same time, I'm really pleased at how this turned out. Until next time, I look forward to doing either some really dumb stuff with you or ranting stuff with you. So until then, I guess this is bye. Jesus, do you ever rant about something so much you kind of feel like a sweaty preacher at like one of those cliche like hallelujah churches? Because I'm on that boat right now. Like,